Hey, Soul Tribe. Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Hey, Steve. Hey, Steel Lab. And Steve, I got you. Let me go ahead and close these blinds. And thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, comments, everything. I appreciate it all. Hold on, let me get these blinds together. Okay, that's much better. Thank you so very much to Sweet Spot and welcome to Sweet Spot e-magazine. Let's go ahead and ring the bell. Let's clear out this energy and then we'll see what the message that Spirit has for us, okay? And Steve, just remind me and we'll pull some cards for you if you want today. Okay, one moment. Tripping. Someone is thinking about everything they've gone through and I feel like this person is finally taking responsibility for the decisions that they've made concerning their life. But they're truly thinking about everything they've gone through because since they've done this, since they made this decision, it's like they feel like their life has gone to trash, like being flushed down the toilet. Um, let's pull some from the Kipper first. Something about a mature man. Oh, and a mature woman. I feel like both of these two are in their thoughts. They know something is getting ready to happen in the not too distant future. Something that they didn't envision happening. They thought that their life was going to go one way. Now they see it's going to go a totally different way. They didn't think that the path that they chose was going to get them locked up. And they are in despair, baby. They are upset. If anybody can get upset, it's them too. Because they're being judged. They know they are going to be judged rightfully so because of this gift that they had. This could have been a child. This could have been something that was worth a lot of money, but it was a gift. And now these people are getting a message from the courthouse. This message has to do or is concerning this privileged lady. Ooh, and they're concerned that they're going to be out in the cold when this happens. Something that they don't see. These three cards they don't see. And what they didn't see, ooh, yes, is that somebody that's of high honor that is in love with the privileged lady is the wealthy man. They didn't see that shit coming. They sure the hell didn't, and they are sick about it. They're like, damn, because they know that not only are you going to be getting unexpected income and a great fortune, that you're going to be fine. Who needs them when you got your new boo coming in? Something about this main female and what she does for work. And maybe something that she started new. Something that she started, that is for the community. What it does for the community is it helps to unlock these family secrets. And this is an official thing here. These what she's doing is like it's unlocking these family secrets. They are concerned because everybody's going to know that they were two thieves. They were trying to steal something from her. And they thought they was going to get some sudden wealth. Wrong. They ain't getting nothing. you know, and they're finding out that their journey, that they spent all this hard work, this time, this money, this effort, this energy, it was like for nothing. Something about this family. This family had some expectations. They never thought that somebody was going to get married. They never thought somebody would ever get married. In fact, there was this main male who was this false person in this privileged lady's life. And this false person was going around spreading lies that they was the one. Please. Everybody saw that nobody was interested in that musty motherfucker. Nobody. He's sitting there lying on it. Turn this light on. That's even better. Turn this light too. I guess that's better. It's as good as it's going to get. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Yeah. Them two was shocked. They was like, what? We didn't see that shit coming. Oh, hell no. And they don't know what to do, especially if they was leaving that person out. Yeah, these secrets is coming out, baby. Them secrets is coming out. And somebody knows. And everybody's going to know how somebody tried to keep somebody locked away from having a lover or from even getting to this wealthy man. Somebody, they're going to know. Everyone's going to know. Everyone is going to know. Something about this privileged lady. Yes, because this privileged lady is on her journey. She is on her journey. And all that poverty, it's coming to an end. It's coming to an end because she's getting ready to get into this courtship. You know, somebody wants to lock her down. Somebody wants to make it official. Okay? They don't want to imprison her, but they want to lock her down. They don't want her to be going from hither to thither or whatever. Hey, Addie, how are you, sister? What's the message? What is the message? Yes. Something that they thought they was going to be able to keep this privileged lady under lock and key. But that's over. That is over. That family has to let her go. I don't feel like they have a choice. What's the message, Spirit? Anything else from this deck? Something about this false person. They know something is coming for them in the not too distant future too. Something about the path that they chose. You know, they wanted to be seen as like they were in such high honor, but everybody's looking at that person like, no, you are not in high honor. You are a piece of shit. And they're making a judgment call on that person too. And now this person is starting to think about this gift that they had in their life too. I feel like somebody wants to take this entire family to court. They want to take this entire family to court to say they was robbing this person of something, you know? Especially whenever it comes down to how this mature man was treating this child. I mean, this mature man treated this child rough. I mean, rough. All because they thought that they was going to get this unexpected income if they kept on going on, you know, with that same journey. What's the message? You know, whenever, like, they was abusing that child. That's what that was. It wasn't rough. That was abuse. They didn't want anybody to know about the abuse that was going on behind closed doors at that family. And see, I feel like, okay, so if that was abuse, then somebody this helping people, this mature woman that's helping people unlock these family secrets, she's saying, speak out about the abuse. This mature man, I'm telling you, he may get arrested. He may get arrested for trying to come in the middle of these lovers, you know. And so, like this, and this wealthy man, he's like, feeling ill. He's feeling ill because you know what? This main female made a decision, made a judgment call. And maybe he's feeling ill because he was starting to go with the flow, listening to the bullshit that this family was saying. And now he's in despair because he's expecting that she's going to get married to somebody else. Hey, Shaylin, how are you? What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? And we're back. I think I figured something out. Yay! Okay, I think I figured out how to just come right back in. We'll figure this out as we go along. Thank you, y'all. Yes, we back. Thank goodness. Whew, hold on, let me turn this off. Hold on. Boy, I got a lot going on today, and I'm off today. All right. So what else, Spirit? What else? I'm so glad that we back and didn't have to go out to come back in to start all over again. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah, they're shocked. They're shocked. What else? Anything else from this deck? I think that's it, and we'll just carry on. Yeah, something about this pathway that somebody chose. You know, listening to somebody else's good advice. Bottom of the deck. We have the 2 of coins. Yeah. Somebody is like, no, yeah, no, yeah, no. That was like the worst advice ever. Hey, Queen Memoirs. Yeah, they're thinking about, this communication or this advice they got, this information that they got. They're thinking they shouldn't have accepted that. And they got it from a damn Queen of Wands. They're finding out now that now they're realizing, excuse me, this Queen of Wands was actually battling against someone. It was not ever for anyone's benefit. They're realizing they believed the wrong person, and the wrong person they believed was trying to attack you. This is what they get. That's what they get, because they're realizing now that Queen of Wands, all they wanted was your gifts, was your spot in the universe, was your they say your inheritance. Now somebody is awakened. They're awakened, and they realize that they did not use their own intuition. Boy, I'm telling you, they want to apologize. They're trying to think of what can they even say, especially since they was, actively trying to come up against you, actively trying to battle against you. And here you are, you walked away from everyone. You just walked away from everyone, and they was confused. They did not think that was going to be an option for you. But they understood that you knew the truth of what was going on. You saw everything that was going on, and you, in your Empress status, knew it was time for you to leave. Yeah, somebody's thinking about, what they have been doing and what they have been working on for a long time, and how everything that they did, it was building up to this moment. They thought that they was going to be so happy if they joined the bandwagon, only to find out that shit came right back around with them same motherfuckers that they worked with. Now they understand, what it was that these people wanted, why they didn't want you to be on top, didn't want you to look like you was victorious. And so this person thought that it was going to be, they allowed themselves to be talked into coming against you, putting these little strikes against you. It didn't hurt you, it hurt them. And this person is realizing this, that it actually hurt them. All of these secrets are out. The lies, the hidden alibis, everything is out. And everybody is looking at this person like they are a fool. Like people are like, wait, you didn't see this coming. You didn't think to ask. You didn't think to talk about it. You didn't do no research. This person is feeling, all types of way, because they're feeling out in the cold. They don't have a happy family anymore. In fact, they feel depressed. They're feeling depressed. Somebody's trying to do something. They're trying to get something or do something, come up with some idea so that they can approach you, so that they can make it so that they're in the right place at the right time. I feel like somebody has been, like researching. They've been doing a lot of research themselves as to what an earth angel actually is. This was something that was foreign to this person because they didn't believe. When you don't believe, you don't know what to believe. Like they say, if you don't stand for something, you most definitely will fall for anything. And this person fell for anything because they realized that family that they was with got them in a position that's really hard to get out of. They allowed themselves to be put in that position because somebody fed them a little bit of information and they took it like it was law. They took it like, there's no other explanation. Plenty of other explanations. You could start with the truth. Yeah, somebody's thinking about everything that you put into them and for how long. They're thinking about everything, how you gave to them. And you didn't really ask anything in return. The only thing that you wanted in return for this person was for them to be happy, healthy, successful, and respectful. Now they understand you told them the truth. There was nothing for you to hide. Why hide? Why lie? But yet they chose not to believe you, but chose to go against you. It's somebody that they felt like they were being manipulated, because somebody was doing this word magic so that somebody else didn't see the value in you. And it was them following this greasy motherfucker. Could have been supposed to have been a father figure. That's what led them to this heartache and heartbreak. This is the biggest heartbreak they've ever had in their entire life, because when everybody's looking at you like, wait, what? You did what? Like, why would you? They're finally taking charge of their own life. And I feel like they are preparing themselves to leave. They are finally taking charge of their own life so that they can, allow themselves to, figure shit out, to rest, to get to calmer waters. They finally understand they need to be on their own. They need to be completely on their own and have their confidence come back up. They decided it was time for them, instead of them talking to everybody else, they realized it's time for them to have a conversation with God. Because they knew that God was the only one that could save them and save their way. Now, this emperor, this is somebody who was the ruler of the family, the coven, the group, whatever. This emperor is having a tower moment. And, especially because of you, you're loving, kind, gentle, sweet. And God saw your tears. When God saw your tears, that's when that judgment call was made. Yeah, something about this. Somebody had plans for you. Somebody had some plans. And what their plan was is they wanted everything. They wanted the love. They wanted somebody's love and adoration, or to be looking like they had the gift. They wanted the money. They even wanted somebody's lover. But see, God stepped in. And anybody that's, it's like somebody had plans to take something from someone, their love, their money. They wanted them to be seen as the perfect mate, the one. Hey, K hyphy. But God had different plans, especially whenever it came to this curse. God had a different plan. And now this King of Cups is scared. Scared. Because I feel like whenever this King of Cups or this person started doing this research, like, what is an earth angel? What are the seven chakras? And started asking questions, whether they were on, I don't know why I'm feeling Chat GPT. Asking questions of Chat GPT so that they could feel like they're having a real conversation, or it's getting, Chat GPT can talk to them and go way down deep into, normally fine. That's when somebody realized that they had perpetuated like some type of cycle that they needed to heal from. That's when somebody realized that there were things that they didn't know, that they didn't realize. And that's why, the Wheel of Fortune was not turning in their favor anymore, because they had succumbed to the devil. Someone knew that they had to find their way back. No matter what, they had to find their way back, and they had to, listen to God guiding them, moving them forward out of this whole mess that they found themselves in. Because they noticed that they were thinking that they were going in the right way. They was going to be able to be all right. They was going to be able to get everything that they wanted, but they noticed that their money was going the opposite way. It was getting hard to make ends meet. And not just that, but they started having to defend themselves, and they started having these squabbles and stuff like that, with the people that they once got along well with. This is when someone realized what they had done. They realized the sadness that they felt, the regret that they had, and the truth that you spoke. What's the message, Spirit? I'm just going to take that one, not the other 22 that popped out. Yeah, somebody thought they was going to be happy, like they was going to get everything that they wanted. But that's not how it worked out. Especially whenever, they did you wrong. Yeah. Now somebody realizes they wasn't going to get everything that they wanted. They were made this false promise that they would have everything that they wanted. But they see that magician lied to them, and they have to cut this magician out. They have to literally let that person go, because that person have them miss a great opportunity. You know, they should have made plans or accepted this invitation, you know, to travel to see you, but they didn't. It's like they thought that they was going to build with somebody else and they would be victorious, and you know that these little things that they did against you would never come out, would never come back. But once again, they see that they messed themselves up. What else, Spirit? Thank you. You're the one who's getting the victory, not them. Because you used your intuition. You always used your intuition. And once again, this person is having an awakening. Especially whenever they are awakening to who this person really is. And they see it's not their friend. Not anyone that's going to be standing 10 toes down for them. They see that, you know what? This is just somebody who got in the way of their dreams, cast them a whole lot of lies, told them a whole lot of lies, cast a whole lot of spells under the full moon, and turned their entire world around, like had them lose their way. All because somebody was afraid to find out, was it the truth or not? You know, they just sat there and they accepted the lie. It's like they were afraid to ask you, you know, was it true? And so they just left you out in the cold. They started to ignore you and leave you out in the cold instead of try to fight for this relationship, you know. But now they see that they should have fought for this relationship. They should have fought for you, and it would have been so much better than being in this regret. Because I'm telling you, the same people that they fought on the side of are now fighting them. They don't want them to be happy. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah. They started doing some research. They started looking closely at what's going on. And they see that it's the exact opposite of what they was told. If somebody said that, you know what, like I said, it's this person that said all these negative things. This person was the one that was attacking you. If this person said that you was a hoe, it was because she was the hoe. If they said that you was irresponsible, it was because she was irresponsible. If they said that you was a bad parent or bad person, it's because this person was the bad parent. They're starting to see that it was that projection. You know, I'm going to sit there and say all the bad things about myself, but I'm going to point the finger at you so somebody thinks it's you. Now this person is understanding it was never you. It was always that person. And that person just wanted to get what you had. That was it. That was it. They just wanted what you had. But you used your own intuition. Oh, you were, they know you were a smart cookie. You used your own intuition and which way you needed to go. You even talked to this person and told them about this being the battle of the Lord's battle. You know, you was telling them about principalities and spirits. But this person, I'm telling you, they didn't believe you. They walked away and they went with their friends or the people that they thought was going to have their back. They left you alone for you to deal with whatever it was by yourself. Now they regret that. They wish that they would have been right there to deal with you. Because yes, this person is feeling out in the cold. They feel lonely. You know, it's like it's hard to make ends meet. And even if they went to this person, the one who was supposed to have had all the money, that person was like, I can't do nothing for you. Damn. I'm sorry. Sorry. This is where this person finally needed to take control of their own life. They needed to be the ones steering their own ship, not allowing somebody else to steer the ship for them. Because they didn't know where their ship was going. They didn't know which direction that boat was going. They just knew that they was in somebody else's boat. And now they believe that you are and have always been that earth angel, especially helping them. It's like you were the one that kept this family tempered, afloat, peaceful, loving. You always tried to make everything okay. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Ooh. Hold on, y'all. Yep. Somebody's in a position that it's hard for them to get out of. Because you know what? They said some untrue shit about you. They made it seem like you was this type of horrible person, but it wasn't the truth. And now that this person is actually looking at the truth and needs to speak up and say the truth, it's hard for them. Because, you know, it's like they said things that not only was it not true, they're saying things that they cannot take back. And this is what has this person like not so much confused, but trying to figure out how to get back. I feel like, you know, they are completely trying to rely on spirit right now. Because they know there is no other way, place, or no other place for them to turn. They surely shouldn't turn back to the people that lied to them in the first damn place. That would be a dumb move, right? What's the message? Right. But something about this person, they want to close this cycle now. They are completely over this. They are. I feel like this person has, you know, learned a lesson. Because, you know, what comes around goes right back around. And they realizing this. And they realizing these two people, those are the worst two people for them to ever have listened to. One was a plain ass fucking lie, and the other one was just stupid, greedy, egotistical, selfish. They don't know which was worse. But one thing they do know is that they couldn't take your gifts. When you left, you took your gifts with you. And this is what you deserve. They can't even mess with you. They can't hold a candle to you. You know, you just got tired of fighting. You got tired of trying to have somebody see your worth, and that's why you walked away. You was tired. You was tired. And they realize this now. You know, how this family treated you. They realize that. And why you always look like you was always in your emotions. You wasn't in your emotions. You was just tired of having to defend yourself. They see why you had to make this decision. And the reason was, it's because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy. You just started off somewhere brand new. What else, Spirit? Yep. And they realized here they were with the devil. You know, everything that was happening to them, it was because of who they decided that they wanted to work with. Everything that was coming in, it's like they didn't want this shit anymore. It was not fun or funny anymore, especially because they realized you told the truth. There was nothing about you that lied, that made it up, that sugarcoated it, that left no questions unturned. And they act like they couldn't even see your worth, like they didn't know who you were. Everything that they did, everything that they said crumbled. It crumbled. There was not an ounce of truth in nothing that they had talked about. And they didn't realize that until you walked away. All because I feel like somebody, when you're timid, that stops you from a lot of shit. Because if you're too timid to ask confirmation, somebody can sit here and tell you anything about little Stevie or little Timmy this and little Timmy that. And you're like, what? And Timmy's supposed to be your best friend, but you such a timid little motherfucker that you don't go up and say, hey, Timmy, Roger just told me this. And Timmy would be like, wait, what? No, the fuck he didn't. Tell Roger, come on, let's all talk about it together. That's how you find out what the fucking truth is. When somebody tell you something, instead of believing it, thinking that, oh, I got a secret. That's nothing to fucking brag about. Get the motherfucker who said it. And don't even do that. A little birdie told me. I've had people in my life tell me, hey, a little birdie told me. And now my question is, who's that little birdie? Get the birdie on the phone or bring the birdie in front of me, and then we can talk about it. Other than that, miss me with all that bullshit. Because that little birdie, and then you trying to, a birdie, who the fuck are you? You just as bad as that fucking little birdie. I'll shoot both of y'all with a BB gun. You and that motherfucking birdie. Come on now. That's dumb. And people, when we get past the age of 18 and they're considered adults, that's when we need to take responsibility for everything. I'm going to tell you something. Lying on another person is the worst fucking thing you can do. It is. How many people have ended their own lives because of a fucking lie? Because some narcissistic motherfucker told a fucking lie, and it spread like wildfire. Even when the person that was lied about, said, no, that's not the truth. Everybody was so on board to believe that lie. Everybody is not as strong as we are. There are weak people out there. So stop with the fucking lies. Stop with the fucking a little birdie. If somebody says something to you, I challenge you as a child of God, living righteously, to bring it up, to bring it out. You say, who said what? and everything. And not just say who said what. You go get the motherfucker and you bring him in front of everybody and say, now, what did you just tell me about Helen? What did you just say? Because if they repeat it word for word as they told it to you, and Helen ain't got shit to say, that's the truth. But if they go, well, I don't want to get involved. You know, that's a motherfucking lie. You need to stop with the bullshit. People lie. Your daddy lie. Your mama lie. Your sister, your brother, your cousins, the preacher, the teacher, the candlestick maker, who everybody is fucking a lie. Stop with the bullshit. Bottom of the deck, the sun. See, the truth is out there. Somebody cannot even come with the fucking lie no more. That shit is dead. That shit is fucking dead. That lie is been, boom, shot. You know, now somebody understands, yes, you truly were an earth angel to this family, especially to them. You was there to help them, but see, they allowed themselves to be manipulated and they got stuck. They wanted to be, and the only reason that person believed that lie, now this person is understanding because they wanted to believe the fucking lie. Check yourself. You so busy to jump on board to believe the lies because you need to check yourself. There's something wrong with you, not the person that was somebody lied on. There's something wrong with you wanting to believe the worst. Have some courage. Have some strength. Let them nuts hit the floor. Somebody wanted something that wasn't for them. That wasn't for them. It was not even their business to get involved. They just wanted to bring conflict to you. You understand? Somebody's looking at their whole life like, damn, their whole life trajectory is turned around. You know, they learned a lesson with this Wheel of Fortune. They like, oh shit, like what the fuck have I done? I'm telling you, this person now, they are asking God to please save them. They're looking for salvation. They're looking to make something right. They trying to get out of these rough waters, and they may be trying to leave at night. It's like they're trying to sneak away. You know, because this damn King of Pentacles, this little birdie told me shit. They realizing that they should never have believed that lying bullshit because somebody they perceive to have money. Them the motherfuckers that lie the fucking most. Because they think, well, I got everything, so my money is my power. No, your money ain't your power. Your money is your weakness. Because if you think that's power, then you have nothing on the inside. Nothing up here, nothing in here, and definitely nothing around in here. Money ain't power. Now somebody's thinking about, you know, everything that they did to you is coming back on them. And they are upset. They know this is what's coming in. They can't even explain this shit away. These lies, you know, and being left out the cold. They know that shit is coming right back on them. And I'm telling you, everybody's telling them they are a fucking fool for just jumping ship on you. They are a fucking fool. See, they didn't know that God had a plan for your life. They believe somebody else who said, God ain't got nothing planned for their life except to be a fucking bum. Is that what God told that lying ass motherfucker? Is it? Is it? I bet you God didn't say that. I bet you whatever came out of somebody else's mouth, God didn't tell that liar nothing, because God don't want to talk to a fucking liar because they lying. Somebody didn't see that, they thought that the whole world was in their hands. No, baby. Judgment came. Next thing you know, somebody looking like, damn, where'd the world go? I just had it right here. I had the whole world in my hands. Not up to judgment. Now they're seeing that, you know what? They attacked somebody. They was a hidden enemy attacking somebody. Trying to do the worst. Trying to do the most. All because somebody held they was feeling some type of way for the longest. Because you know what? You worked hard on you for the longest. You was in it for the long haul, the long road. You took the slow road to get there, to get where you needed to be. And then somebody else thinking they're going to come in and be able to say some bullshit. And they did. And somebody just like, they didn't even weigh their pros and cons. They just said, I'm going with it. I'm going with it. Now they sitting here with a broken heart, watching you, and it's like they want to be with you, because now they know, watching you. And then I'm telling you, they was talking to Chat GPT. They was asking all these questions. Chat GPT was telling them, are you stupid? Is this the relationship that, you shouldn't believe lies and whatever Chat GPT was saying. Now somebody realized, yes, you truly do have a gift. You ain't lying about your shit. That's how you knew to say that shit to this person. You knew to leave, and whenever you left them with those curses, because you said, this is too much for me, dude. Or sis, I can't do this with you no more. You acting like you don't know the truth. Whenever you know the truth, you was right there, but you acting like you don't know the truth. Somebody said, I can't do this with you no more. You do what the fuck it is that you want to do. You want to go out there and fight every battle and everything else. You go do that. But somebody said, I'm just going to heal myself, and I'm gonna be right on over there somewhere where you can't find me. This King of Cups is definitely getting what is due to him. That karma. That karma is coming in. That karma is kicking ass because somebody thought that they was going to be offering their cup of love. Guess what? People act like like they're an option. Yeah, no, I'm good. Especially whenever they found out what somebody else is doing, had to do. It's like, especially whenever they find out that, maybe they left and was with the crew, but they left you by yourself and you was a female and had to defend yourself. That shit don't make sense. They like, wait a minute. Dude, you trying to tell me, confirmation, you trying to tell me it was between you protecting her, or you believe in his ass and you believed his ass and left her alone to protect herself? They said, man, get the fuck out of here. They said, I know you fucking lying to me. Like, what kind of devilish are you? They like, man, get the fuck away from me. You sitting here trying to fight against somebody. You trying to fight a girl? That's when somebody was like, man, you fucking kidding me. And that's whenever the whole world exploded. That's when everybody started trying to attack their ass, because they said, there is no fucking way. They're watching you be happy. They're watching you not give a flying fuck, a sitting fuck, a rolling fuck, a laying fuck. No fucks about it. And if this is your first time here, I'm saying a P-H-U-C-K, not the F-U-C-K, just so we're straight. Yes. They realize, these little innocent moves that they made, them just doing this. Somebody said, go do this, and they go do it. Them acting so fucking immature, and then throwing the rock, hiding the hand, like you didn't know. You didn't have to know. God showed you, and God told you. Whew. What else, Spirit? What's the message? Now that I done went off, what's the message? Yeah, somebody, they want to come, they want to apologize. They want to let everything be known. This fish is out the water. They already know. No need to try and hide shit from you. You already know what the hell time it is. Share. That's right. Yeah, they already know. That's what they already know who you are and who you are to them. They want to come, they want to apologize to you because they didn't believe you. They didn't believe you. It's like this person has even started to pray. They even have to pray. It's like them praying is actually helping their intuition. It's actually helping them get that closeness to God. Do you know what I'm saying? So that they don't do no stupid shit or throwing a fucking rock, hiding a hand, thinking that they hiding from God. You ain't hiding from nobody, dumb ass. All you're doing is putting yourself on full display. You're gonna have to answer to somebody. Somebody. And if you think that there's no man around, who you think you're gonna have to answer to? And in fact, why be afraid of looking a certain way in front of a group of people who are just as imperfect as you? Don't worry about what people got to say. You worry about what God thinks. That's it. Because trust and believe, on your last day here, them people ain't even going to be around you, trying to console you on what you take on your last breaths. These are the same people that was doing the magic on you. These little moon shit. They're not going to be around you to be like, oh, yes, we love you. Teddy, we here. We love you, baby. They're not even, you're going to be wondering where the fuck they at. They're going to be trying to do some shit on somebody else. They're going to be sitting here lying on somebody else, trying to be casting spells on somebody else with the rest of their coven and letting you die alone. So as we live our life, we got to really think, what is it all for? It's not to be impressive to other motherfuckers. It's to be impressive to the Most High. That's it. It's to make God happy, because when we finally close our eyes for that last time, we want to hear God say, well done, my son, or well done, my daughter. That's it. We don't give a shit about nothing else. The gold, the cars, the house, the jewelry, those quote unquote friends that stabbed us in the back. We don't care about none of that. Truly, we ain't calling our bank being like, get the bank teller on the phone. What's my account? That shit ain't happening. It don't never happen like that. Like, come on, be real. And if you can't be real, then learn, open up a fucking book. Ask ChatGPT. Do some fucking research. Yeah, somebody's seeing that they decided they was given to the wrong damn team. You was given to the wrong damn team. And they sitting here thinking about, you. You was always a star. You was always healing. You was always an empath. You was always compassionate, kind. You was always the one who kept everything balanced, especially them. Especially them. And for the longest here, they want to come up against you. What did Judas actually get? What did Judas actually get when he came up against Jesus? What was it? He was so, his mind fucked with him so much. He got them little gold, and silver. Thought he was going to buy him some land. Nothing grew. Nothing grew. Absolutely, positively, nothing grew. This person is finding out, going against you, nothing is growing. They're losing it all, including their mind. All because they sat there just like Judas. They believed a lie. They believed a lie from a motherfucker who didn't want you to have. That's all that was. That's all that was. Somebody had been trying to count your money and make plans with that for the longest NT way. Even if it's not the ching-ching money, it's your gifts. It's what you bring to the table. It's your personality. It's your you. It's your mojo, whatever it is. Yes, this person, ever since that judgment call has been made, that has helped them to open up their eyes. They said that they got to get real. This person, because they know that their days are numbered. And they don't want their last days to be like this. What else, Spirit? Hey, Diane, how are you? What's the message, Spirit? Yeah, they don't want their last days to be fucked up. All because they decided to listen to a lying ass bitch motherfucker who didn't have shit for them in the first damn place. Who didn't want shit for them in the first damn place. And it's not like the person really liked them. They just hated you more. They wanted to try and separate you and that person. This person is finding out they was never their friend. They just wanted to separate. They just wanted to cause confusion. That's what they did. They just wanted to sit here and say some shit. And then, so somebody thought that you would never amount to shit. You would never be shit. You would never have shit. They could never grow shit with you. Now look at you. You sitting out here looking great. And this person is feeling cursed. This person is feeling cursed. This was supposed to have been you. But it's not you. This person now, they are being cursed and they are alone. They are meant to stay. They're having to stand alone with all these attacks that they put to you. That's what they getting back. And nobody helping them. They like wondering where their crew. That crew is like, what crew? You talk about, oh no, we was never your crew. We was just here to fuck you up because we didn't like her. That's all that was. We don't give a shit about you. We just really didn't like her. We didn't want you to be with her. That's why we acted like we was your friend. But now that y'all is completely busted and disgusted with each other and ain't talking to each other and don't want to be around each other and vowed, I'll never speak to him. I'll never speak to her. Now we don't want to be around you because we can't trust you. You flip too easily. We need somebody that, you see what I'm saying? You never have that respect of trying to please and appease somebody else. So why not respect yourself, please and appease just you? You and God. That's all you got to worry about. That's all you got to worry about. Somebody's watching your life and it's going swimmingly. Things are going in the right direction for you. It's like this person, I'm telling you, somebody is sitting here trying to think of how they can come back and get back in your good graces. They want to let you know they chose wrong, that they didn't mean to do this. They was confused whenever they was trying to get you off balance and putting other people above you. They didn't see who they really had. And they feel like a fool for leaving you. They feel like a fool for leaving you. I think it was somebody that said, wait a minute. You did what? You did what? You left who to be with who? That's whenever they started noticing people distancing themselves, because they're like, well, wait a minute. First of all, you left somebody that you should have been protecting, and you went with somebody who you should not even been fucking with. That's what they were saying. You left somebody you should have been protecting only to go to somebody who was only worrying about their own dick. That was it. Then they sitting here thinking about everything that they did. You know, they was like pointing out some truths. That person wasn't around you. That person didn't do nothing for you. That person didn't help. That person didn't do this. That person didn't do that. What the fuck did that person do? Besides, tell you some convincing ass lies. Is that what it was? All because somebody was jealous, envious, wanted what your person had? Like, what kind of sense does that really make? Somebody got mad because their friends started calling them dummy. They started calling them dummy. What's up, dummy? And then they want to get mad. Stop calling me dummy. Yeah, okay, dummy. Whatever, dummy. Okay, we're going to call you dummy, stupid. You know, somebody realized, you know, they trying to drop you like a bad habit only for them to feel that bad habit drop. Okay. This person praying now to get over this heartache and heartbreak. They praying to get over this shit. And they so mad at this group because they know this group did them the dirtiest. They didn't want nothing except to fuck them up. Careful who you trust. Careful who you around. Careful who you allow yourself to be bought by. They thinking that somebody had all this money, only to find out that motherfucker was broke. A broke fucking joke. They wrote them a bounce check. That shit is still hanging on all the walls. Bang, 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 bang. Now they want to be healed. Now they know that they want to go towards you. They want to. They know they need to heal themselves. They know they got to get some balance in their life. They got to get their emotions in check. They even have to go see a counselor. Because they were sitting here believing lies about a fucking truth teller. You telling them the truth and they believe in the lie? Like, who the fuck does that? The shit that somebody else said didn't even fucking make sense. Didn't even make sense because there was no truth to it. It didn't happen because there was no truth to it. It didn't work because guess what? There was no fucking truth to it. It was all make believe. It was all made up. It was all fabricated. Now they want to sit here and say, oh, I should have known that. Yeah, you should have known, but you didn't. You acted like you didn't. Like, see, somebody didn't feel comfortable with your spirituality. They wanted you to be like everybody else. But see, now they realizing that you was God's favorite. Yeah, when I say favorite, I'm talking favorite. Capital, big, puffy, bold letters with a few exclamations behind that. Favorite. Because you here on a mission. You was here because God asked you to come here. You was here to break these generational curses. And that's what you here to do. God don't love nobody like that. God loves you. That's why God had all your ancestors around. That's why God gave you the heart like you have. That's why God gave you these gifts so that you could be prepared for this battle that's here. And this person, now they seeing it. And they feel bad for the way that they treated you. They left you all alone. Oh, so that they could be with Tyrone and the people. Tyrone and Tyrone's flying monkeys. This is why nothing that they wanted is working out. Everything has fucking exploded. Everything. They losing everything. And that's what made them start thinking, wait a minute. God is trying to tell me something. Sure the fuck is. God said you better get away from them goody google motherfuckers. And I mean fast. You better fucking run. Somebody got on that horse and they was like, I'm going, God. I'm going. I'm on the way. They was riding that horse away. What's the message, Spirit? Exactly, K Hyphy. If they cannot think for themselves, I can't help. What happens the next time someone says something right? You got that right. What happens the next time someone says something that ain't the truth? That somebody just got a bone to pick with you. What happens? I bet you this person said that they're gonna stand up for you next time. They ain't gonna go down that same road because they remember exactly the road that they went. They're gonna do a different road. They're gonna stand up for you. They're gonna ride for you, and they're gonna receive the right judgment call, not the wrong one, not the one that's sending them straight to damnation and hell. This person wants you to know they are no longer confused. They got it now. Now someone want to say they got it, and they don't want to they don't want to accept that they was confused. They understand exactly who you are, what you're here for, what your purpose is, and they are so in regret because they spent all that time wasting their time. You still was on your grind. You still on your mission. Confirmation. You still are making a way out of no way. God still is blessing you. You still completed this cycle. You still broke the chains. You still did it. And now you moving on to the next thing that God got for you. You ain't waiting around for somebody to finally make up a decision and realize that them friends really ain't your friends, boo. Ain't nobody waiting around on that. You want to be stuck? Be stuck. Tell you what you do. I'm gonna tell you how to really be stuck. Remember a few years ago when that girl, the Gorilla Glue girl, she put that shit in her hair? Put that shit on the bottom of your feet. You want to be stuck? Put that shit on the bottom of your feet and stand right there. Be stuck. Ain't nobody got time for that bullshit. Nobody. Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Because see, somebody realized that the way that they was going, they wasn't winning no friends. They wasn't winning no popularity contest. They wasn't doing nothing except making enemies. Making enemies while you sitting here still on your mission, doing your grind. What else, Spirit? What else? Anything else for this deck? Someone realizes that them trying to win at all costs cost them everything. Cost them everything. Cost them, possibly the love of their life. Cost them possibly the adoration and the respect of their son. And now somebody don't want to be looked at like a fool no more. This person realizes that they need some balance, some for real balance in their life. They need to make better decisions. And for them to hold back from you and leave you alone to stand by yourself, they know that is the wrong thing to do. This person is feeling overburdened because of that one decision. This person, they left this person. They know they need to leave this person out in the cold because this motherfucker ain't got no money in the world. Anyway, talking all that big shit, please. That shit is probably fake. They ain't got no money. They don't have nothing. They couldn't offer you nothing. It was all it was all made up, and it was all make believe in the first damn place. I must be yelling too much. I'm gonna try and calm down, y'all. I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen. I'm gonna say I'm gonna try. Yes, this person, I'm telling you, this person know that they need some balance. 222. Where's J Mike? Because that's his birthday. 222. Somebody needs some balance in their life. They know they got to make some better decisions moving forward. Because right now, the shit that where they at, they stressed. Stressed and pressed and distressed. We're going to pull some from the stack, and then we're going to do a quick read for Steve. We're going to pull some from the stack. Big stack. And I'm not sure if, I think his name was Robert. You emailed me. So I'm not sure if you're on here. If so, we can do a question for you too. What's the message? But you'll have to let me know that you're here. What's the message? Yes. Be selective with your energy. And whenever I say be selective with your energy, don't believe everything that you hear. Don't have me having to go off again. Because y'all gonna have to rewind because my voice is kind of going out. Because I will go off again. And stand in your majestic power. Majestic for a reason. Because you're trying to get to the most high majesty. The most high. Not Fred, Roger, Ethel, or any of them. You trying to get to the most high. You ain't worrying about what the motherfucking goody Google friends got to say, because they ain't really your friends. They're really not your friends. They're just people that you happen to know, people that you happen to meet around along this course of your life. But they're not anybody that got your back for sure. If anything, my younger brother could tell you that, because he used to be ignoring everybody, putting all his friends in front of everybody. But whenever it came down to it, who was there? It wasn't them friends. Them friends was gone. Hell, to this day, them friends won't even talk to him. So that's how you know you really ain't got no friends. What you had was an opportunistic bum. That's all that was. Somebody trying to think, what just happened? You believe some bullshit. You allowed yourself to be bamboozled. Now you got to try and find your way back whenever you should have been trying to choose your battles in the first damn place instead of sitting here believing this fucking lie. And another thing, faith, if you don't believe, you better start to believe. Like I said, if you don't believe in something, you're going to fall for everything. And all it takes is a little mustard seed of faith to believe that God is there and God's going to give you everything that you want, everything that you need. You just got to do what's right. You have to live a righteous life. That don't mean perfection. That just means that you have to do what you know to be right. Another thing, if somebody is trying to tell you some bullshit about somebody else, they're trying to measure up because they don't feel like they can measure up. But if you're comparing yourself to me, you already don't measure up. Stop the mess. Stop trying to hang around people that feel like they got to compare themselves to somebody else. Why not do a you versus a you? The old you versus the new you. Work to be a better you. They had to realize they wasn't living. Right now, they are in survival mode. You are living. Because you know what? You had to be a person that looked in the mirror. You know, you was not a snob. You was not vain. You was not selfish. You were not a narcissist. You weren't a Karen. But you looked in the mirror to compare yourself, to look at what you needed to work on. And you made it all about you. What your struggles were. Who you was comparing yourself to. It was you, not somebody else. All right, we getting ready to pull for Steve. Now that I done shouted at everybody, we're going to ring the bell and clear out this energy for Steve. Bottom of the deck, we got the Ace of Coins. It's like there are people that's fighting you, people in your family that's fighting you over something, some money, something that you got. People feel a certain way, you know? And I feel like there's somebody that's in your corner that's talking to you and maybe trying to plan something with you, but they're not sure how you're feeling about it because you're not really saying nothing. You just kind of being a little stuck there. What's the message for Steve? I don't know why it had me put a card on my right leg and then a card on my left leg. Let's figure this out. Okay, so, all right, so I see. So it's like you have two choices. You can either go with the quick shit or you can go with something that's going to be more steady, sturdy. You know, one is going to be done and over with, and then the other one is going to last. You know, it's almost like, like you don't see something, you know, or maybe it's the value of something or somebody, but you're kind of like stuck, not really knowing which way to go. somebody is, they're not who they say that they are, though. Somebody is not who they say they are. Because somebody, I feel like they just are trying to get with you because they feel like they can get something from you. But you know who that is. Could be a Virgo. Could be, doesn't have to be though. But yeah, somebody you've known longer, and somebody else was, you just kind of like, I don't know, did you maybe talk to somebody you've known longer, and then maybe somebody else, I don't know, it's almost like I don't know, I'm feeling like messages back and forth, quick messages back and forth, like maybe this person's at a distance, and like, I don't know, what is like a dating, like a dating site. I don't know if that means anything. But Spirit said, don't be no fool. Don't be no fool, because it's like somebody, you don't see what somebody's angle is. It's like they want to get you over to them only for them to let you go, to fuck up, and that would just mess up your how you feel about yourself. Yeah. So you need to and this person, the one that wants to fuck you up, that's the one who's gonna try and talk about, like, oh, I'm the realist. I'm the realist. You ain't never gonna meet nobody realer than me. I'm the realist. I'm the real deal. That's not the real deal. That's the one you need to protect yourself from. But the one that I feel like, the one that you have the, and this don't have to be a person. It could be a job or so. I don't know. But there's something that you're working towards, you're working for, you're, and I feel like it's, who you should approach, who you should approach. But one of them is just going to be a lot of problems, a lot of problems. And then the other one is going to be, like that, a good mother, a good spouse, or a good job. I don't know if this is a job, a person, or what. hmm And something about you being single with a kid, and not really sure if this kid, I don't know if I'm putting too much business out here. It's what I see though. Something about you being single with a kid and not really sure, if that kid belongs to you, or if this is something that, somebody just kind of made up, but that information is coming. You're going to find out the truth. You're going to find out the truth. But I hope that helped. I hope that helped. Hey, Earth sign. Hey, behaving goals. Let's see what else. Yes, aim for mastery, not popularity. Exactly. All right. Okay, so, all right, y'all. It's been about an hour and a half. Wow, I've been running my mouth. I plan on being back on this evening. Steve, I hope that helps. I hope it made sense, or resonated. If you know, haven't subscribed and you like this soul tribe vibe, we would love to have you. Hey, the soul archetype. Thank y'all. I look forward to seeing you a little bit later. And I love you all. I'm getting ready to cook some dinner. All right. And I'm so glad I figured out, instead of having to shut it all down, start a part two, I can just kind of like close out and restart. Oh, look at me learning technology. Look at this grandma learning technology. I love y'all. See you soon.